Hi, Heather from Hooked on Pickin again. I'm going to explain to you our Goodwill outlet haul. It's not Goodwill stores, but Goodwill outlet. These are some of the things that we got. But before I get into showing you some of the items, let me explain to you a little bit about what Goodwill outlet is, because it's different from the Goodwill stores. Goodwill stores, typical thrift store, things are price tagged, you pay what's on the price tag, sometimes they have sales. Goodwill outlet, on the other hand, is generally in larger cities. We happen to live near one here, and basically you walk in there and it's a whole different experience. It is not for the casual shopper. Basically, you want to be equipped with a few things before you go. You want gloves to cover your hands. There are some people that I even see wearing masks, and you say, why do I need these things? Basically, a Goodwill outlet is for the shop, for all of the Goodwill stores. If they cannot sell the item at the Goodwill store, it gets thrown into a truck, gets taken to the Goodwill outlet in a major city, and then dumped into a bin about the size of this table. Okay, so approximately 6 to 8 feet long, and they are approximately about a foot to 2 feet deep. And you dig. It could be clothes, it could be glassware, which is the reason for the gloves. It could be broken perfume bottles, it could be shampoo. Sometimes things are wet and you don't know what they are. But you just dig and you look for items and you think, well, Amazon, I usually need a barcode, things like that. Why would I shop there for Amazon? But you would be shocked how many things you can find there. The biggest thing that we find there, actually, why don't I just show you my haul and we'll let you know. Okay, so books are a big thing that people look for. This book, okay, we're digging through bins. Sometimes the bins are gross and sometimes they're not. But for the most part, it's a pretty fun kind of treasure hunt experience. This looks basically brand new. It's got a barcode on the back, still has the dust cover. You look inside, make sure there's no coloring on it, especially because it's a child's book. It's basically a brand new book. The thing you want to check is there corners that are nicked and things like that. Same thing with this one. This one's in really, really good condition. We want to open it up. We want to make sure there's no coloring. This one's a flip book. It's got a lot of extras in it. It's even got a CD that's still intact. CD doesn't have any scratches on it. And so great finds, fantastic finds. Dictionary of spelling, and you can, just like in any other store, basically we load our cart up with all the things that we think we can scan, because in the Goodwill outlet, you've got, about the size of a warehouse, and so you've got probably 100 other people doing the same thing as you, digging and digging and digging. And so what generally our practice is we find something, we throw it in the cart. We find something, we throw it in the cart. We find something, we go in the cart, and when we're ready to go, we stand next to a bin and we scan and make sure, is this an item that's even on Amazon? Is this an item that has a sales rating that we like? Now, Goodwill outlet, you're buying, on a typical Goodwill, you're going to pay anywhere from $2 to $3 for a book. Goodwill outlet, you pay 15 cents an inch. So you would stack the books together and you pay 15 cents an inch. Okay, and so you're paying nothing. Okay, you're going to pay nothing for any of that kind of stuff. So then the nice thing is the profit margins are really, really nice. So sometimes I'll buy things that have a high sales ranking, things that are maybe in the millions. I try to stay less than $1 million, because when you're sending it into the warehouse, it does, you're paying to have them stored there. But you're paying pennies on the dollar for some of these items, so you might as well get them, especially if they're on Amazon. Another thing that we usually buy at the Goodwill outlet, or that we find sometimes, are computer games, new in package. We've got this one, and then we've also got this one. This one, when you kind of open up the box and look into it, has all of its contents, never been used, and a lot of people bypass boxed computer games because of cell phones and things have gone the way of the app. But you can still find them, and they are still worth things, because you still have people that are looking for them. So this is a kid's one. This is a word game, Scrabble kind of game. You wouldn't think that you could find this, but puzzles. You can find brand new puzzles at the Goodwill outlet. still sealed all the way around. Box is in really great condition. I found this one, and they're both gonna sell for about 20 bucks a piece. And the cool thing about the Goodwill outlet is books I told you are 15 cents per inch for binding. Everything else that you find, I think glassware is also less than that, but everything else you find, you pay per pound. So it's at our Goodwill outlet, and it's different around the country, it's 89 cents a pound. So, you know, this is gonna weigh just a few ounces. Same thing with the other one. Our whole entire table here cost me a total of $7. So 20 items, $7. Here are some other things. These are just little tiny like pamphlet kind of books that we found, still sealed in the original Ziploc baggie, and so you can tell suggested retail $5.49, but sometimes they go for even more than that because they're hard to find online. And so here's another DVD that's in really, really good condition. Now this one has been opened, but it had a really good sales ranking, and so you can, while you're in the store, just open it up, look at the CD, make sure there's no scratches on it. It's in really good condition, and so we're gonna try to sell that one. Because it's been open, we'll have to sell it used though. Another thing that's really neat, sewing things. You can find bins upon bins upon bins of these sewing patterns, and people are looking for them. You just look in here, nicely folded, still has the instructions, never been used. They are always open like this, so when we ship them, we generally put them in a clear poly bag so that the contents do not come out sometime in the warehouse. And so we always seal them before we send them into the warehouse. But these are really, really great. Sometimes you'll find bins upon bins, and half of them are torn to shreds, torn to pieces. But just keep hunting. You'll be able to find. It's very much a fun treasure hunt. Again, we're good. We are big into board games, and so we'll actually go through this and make sure that we check all of the contents and make sure all the contents are there. But this is just a really interesting, fun box, and really always good profit margin on these because, like I said, $7 for the entire table. You also find other just random items. This is a storm window kit. Put the plastic on your windows to keep your house warm. Has a barcode, still in package, brand new. We can sell it. This was the find of the day. Okay, this you might not think about. I'm going to do a whole nother video on just this remote and why we pick remotes, but this one is used. It's not in its package, and you're wondering how in the world can I look it up? Well, it's got numbers on the back that we can look up. And so I'll go into what to look for in a remote. This one has an LCD screen, but this was the find of the day, and they are going online used for about $75. So you wouldn't think that, but sure enough, this is a rare remote, something very special. That's our haul from Amazon Goodwill Outlet for Amazon FBA, and I will tell you more about the Goodwill Outlet in a later video. And just remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Bye.